Okay, good morning, viewers of Pinoy Chess. It's morning here in the Philippines, and for those that have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe and support the stream. The portion of the income that would be generated in this channel would be used to support to provide online chess tournament for kids. And it's
Today's the day.
so
Start something new with GoDaddy for free. Choose a domain that's just right, and
when
set up the
something
perfect website for you.
something happened uh, in one stream. Sorry for that, guys. Something happened. A commercial uh, played, so I should minimize the sound. I should turn off the sound in the other browser where I monitor my stream. Okay, let's go back and even this one I should not have a sound here. Okay, guys. So sorry for that. So uh, those are live stream mistakes, errors. So, good morning. For those that have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe and support this channel. And a portion of the earnings of this channel will go to support in providing online chess tournament for kids. And would you would could you care to subscribe and click on the notification bell button so that you would be informed of any videos that we upload and live stream that we do. So the game have started, and this is the final game for today. And it's Levon Aronian as white and Radjabov as black. And it's e4 for Levon and e5. I think this would be a Roy Lopez game. Okay, it's definitely a Roy Lopez. And knight f6, castling, and oh, we think this is a Berlin. So they just want to have a quick draw. No, yeah. Still a Berlin. And Berlin usually results in a quick draw. And yeah, maybe the players just like to rest. Okay. So that's it. The last move is a c5 from Radjabov. And what would happen in this game? I think there's not much going on in the exchange Roy Lopez. No, this is not an exchange Roy Lopez. Not much going in on a Berlin opening. It's usually a draw. So I predict this would be a draw. Although if one of them is tired, then it would be a factor. It could result to having a decisive game if that would be the case. And in this type of game, I think it's white who has the slight edge here. It's usually a waiting game for black. But this b6 is definitely strong because it allows the king to have a breathing space here. And there's no danger for black with this move b7, b6 because there's no more light squared bishop for white that would be able to take advantage of this very long h1 to a8 diagonal. There's no more this diagonal here from h1 here up to here. It couldn't be taken advantage of anymore. So b6 is a good move for black. That's why the engine analysis here is that it's equal. No advantage for black, no advantage for white. Okay. So I'll just leave you for a moment. I'll just have to get something. Okay, guys, I'm back. What just happened? So b6, then f5, and then knight c6, bishop f4. So nothing much have happened yet, but the time is in favor of Raja. Okay, so knight d4, and then king f2. I just have to eat something, guys. It's already midnight here, and I need to munch on something. Although this would not help if you're hungry, because this is just a poncan here, some sort of an orange. It's called poncan. So we got an 8-6 there. So you see that it's an 8-6 move by black. Still equal if you see the engine evaluation. Do you see the engine evaluation there? At the edge of the board on your left, the leftmost part of the board is an engine evaluation. Still equal. So I think uh, Aronian is thinking whether knight e4, knight gf4, or knight f3. That's the dilemma for him. With this type of position, I think I'm gonna favor black here because it's equal. But if the position loosens up, and then the bishop would have a slight advantage, but maybe not always, because Wesley had shown in his game against, in the not here in the Airthings Master, in the previous tournament where he won, I think. Uh, is that a previous tournament or this tournament? He won against two bishop using his two knights, and it's an open position. He has shown that knights can be stronger than bishops, even in open positions. Maybe I have to look at if someone is chatting with me. Okay? Are there chat messages? Yes, there is. But he retracted it. Let's go back. So, Aronian decided on knight f3 instead of knight gf4, knight ge4. I think I would Also agree with that move because you are putting the question on the knight on d4. You are putting pressure. There is a pressure to exchange. That's it. I need to mention something. Even if it's an orange, it does not really gives you something to fight if you're hungry, but it's okay. You just need to have something to eat, or you call this eating because it's what I'm taking in is the juice of the poncan. So that knight takes c2 is already there a long time ago, but he did, he just made that h6 move instead of taking on it immediately, and black is now ahead. Did that knight d4, when the knight d4 move was made earlier, was that isn't it possible to defend c2? Let's go back. This one. Mm-hmm. Aronian missed that. I think Aronian missed that because it's not possible to defend with rook d2 because of h6 knight f3. How about if rook ac1? Isn't it possible? It's possible, but maybe there is some strategic consideration to be taken care of, to be considered. So you see here, Aronian is already down by one pawn. Let's see whether there are some chat messages. I'm gonna check the other tab. Two watching now, and that includes me. Okay, let's go back. Don't mind me, just eating here. Just enjoy the game, guys. I think Black's position have already strengthened and stabilized. That is why Aronian is going down in terms of time. He doesn't know what to do. There is no plan for him how to scuttle this position. It's not even a draw. I think this is very difficult to draw for white because the black bishops would definitely come to life here. That's the only move he can make. So the threat is e6, targeting the c7 pawn. Yeah. So what's the counter for that? I think in order to counter that, Teimour should go knight e7. Yeah, that's correct. Knight e7. In order to put immediately the question on the knight at d5, the white knight at d5. So there's no time for e6. Very good move from Raja. With that move, there's no time for e6. Or e6, e6 could be made, but it's not as effective because of if e6 now, then knight takes d5, pawn takes d5, and then uh, f takes e6. Then for white, f takes e6, and then it's just okay. Black is okay. So you see, it doesn't make that move because yeah, it just strengthened the position of. It would just bring the black bishops to life if you are going to do that. So he buys his time with a retreating move, knight e3. Raja, go win this game, Raja. Win this game. I want you to win this. So you see, it's really an injustice for the FIDE to not consider the request of Raja during the candidates tournament to postpone the candidates. And it resulted to Raja withdrawing from that tournament because he prioritized his health because of the pandemic. And then eventually they proceeded with the candidates at Moscow and only to eventually stop it in the middle. And they replaced Raja with MVL in the tournament. So it's shown here that Raja is a force to reckon with. It's really a force to reckon with. It's just so sad that he is not part of that candidates anymore. When in fact his concerns were legitimate concerns. And it has been proven because eventually that candidates tournament was postponed for health safety reasons. So they just have prevented Raja from fighting for the World Chess Crown. With that cancellation, it would be another cycle, another set of years, and maybe he would be too old for that anymore. Okay, Raja just returned his knight to c6, and we have the move f6, and look at the engine evaluation. It's a bad move. For the Indians, it's a bad move because it resulted to a evaluation that is black is much better. Sorry. Sorry for that. What did that one can did to me? I'm now coughing with that one can. Or my voice is tired from this commentating. I'm going to get my water. Be back. We'll be back. Okay, I'm back, guys. What just happened? Says here black is winning, so what happened? Oh, I'm gonna go back. We have knight c6. After knight c6, f6, and then bishop d7. So that's the reason the bishop at uh, the light squared bishop of black would now be able to go to e6. Maybe but that's the reason the engine says black is winning. And then b4 here. Oh, he is sacrificing things. G5, so there's a counter there. Yeah, so it's um Levon is in time pressure now. No other recourse. Bishop G3. Let's check our chat messages. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, Bishop E6 because he may forgot about the D7 bishop and the king goes to B7. That's a very blag. Ay, very sorry, very blag. Very big blunder. But still, Black has some headaches, has some things he has to solve. He has to solve the issue of the dark squared bishop, where to put it. So the plan for Black is to go king b7, and then he can go. Mm, the problem with king b7 is the move b5. I think so. Let's see how would these super grandmasters handle things like this. So it's still Aronian's move. I'm not sure if this is really what's happening, but there is no uh, fast movements on the board. Maybe this is true that 20 less only 20 seconds to go for Levon. Then he would make fast movements. I think this is not. This is an error. This can't be so. That he would. Oh yeah, he made the move. Is it true that it's only seconds? Maybe we can watch the commentators.
Very slightly there. He realizes white. It looks like white's improving a rook. All of white's pieces there on the
Yeah, it's
third
true.
line. The rook, the two knights, and the bishop all lined up together. But actually, they're not.
Levon is in
They're
time
not hitting anything.
pressure.
And black, meanwhile, has lots of useful moves. Black improves his king there, just
It's
clearing
really
his
true.
king off the back line. Slowly, black will start to advance forward, Remember, he's still a pawn up.
12 seconds?
Levon Aronian just lacking a plan and under 10 seconds.
7,
Yeah, it's
6,
true.
5. He has to make a move. 4, 3. Okay. And he's just doubled the rooks. Oh, it's so tense.
Yeah, those two white rooks lining up against each other right now, but they're just they're just staring at black's strongest point in the whole position. That black pawn is defended by another.
That stream just got disconnected, so let's go back. Let's go back to this board. 13 seconds. So that's true, it's correct. Aronian only has 13 seconds. What if Radjabov makes a sudden move? What is he gonna do with it?
Black's rook suddenly it's the dominant rook, controlling so many
Okay,
squares.
let's go back to the commentators.
What are these white rooks doing? They're just
Get
staring
their
against the pawn.
vision.
And these white rooks, they're not going to be able to break through. Meanwhile, black's pieces are coming to life. This rook is fantastic now. This bishop, though, this is the MVP, this bishop.
Found it.
Okay, he found it, and white immediately replying by putting a knight into this square. But the knight's not actually attacking anything. It's nice, beautiful, it's anchored. He's hoping that black trades off the light square bishop for this knight, but black will never even dream of doing that. This knight, it's nice and pretty, but actually it's not really achieving much. It's time for black to start maybe putting pressure on this side of the board. I would start pushing my pawns on this flank now. If black can get this bishop into the game, black will win.
With 5 minutes more on the clock, Teimour Radjabov is in a great situation here. Ooh, how do you think Levon Aronian is feeling now, Ivanka? He must be aware that it's getting difficult for him.
Yeah, I think he'll go into a mode that I call bluffer mode, which is basically where you know you don't have enough time on the clock. You just have to get active and see what happens. And you just have to mentally prepare yourself that you're going to go look out for some chances, because I think he realizes that basically he is playing against a wall. You know, he's just no inroad into the position whatsoever. So when that happens, just throw your pieces forward and see what happens.
Yeah, and he really has come up against the Berlin Wall here. The Berlin Wall used by so many players with black just to frustrate their opponents. It was first introduced at the very, very top level at these World Championship matches by Vladimir Kramnik
So
to
we have
frustrate
here
Garry Kasparov, one of the greatest players of all
and
time.
then B4.
White never broke through in those matches, never managed to win. And here, again, it's likely to happen. White pushing forward with some pawns on the left side there. Black's knight retreating to a bit of a bad square. Black's knight not on a great circuit right now, but more importantly for black, okay, he's trying to break things open. Black has a 4 versus 2 pawn advantage on the left half of the board. So black will try and utilize those pawns to win the game.
And he has a plan.
So that's what
he has a plan
David,
now. You know, he's thinking, okay, well, the knight is bad.
but there's a purpose
I
there
have a hook
to
that I can start attacking
to
white's
undermine
pawns
the
with,
B5 pawn.
and it's just a
it's
nice,
on-
easy plan of improvement. So Levon now has 20 seconds left
Bad
and
square.
ticking down, and
The
no
purpose
easy
there
plan, actually. No easy way to go forward.
What do you think?
Yeah, Levon
Not a bad-
Aronian, look at those 2 white rooks. They're just staring at a pawn that's so well protected. White's 2 rooks have placed themselves on the wrong line.
5 seconds, 4 seconds, he has to make a move. Okay, so that's why he's just moved the king. Just anything happens. We've kind of spoken about it, when you get to less than 10 seconds on the clock, you tend to panic and you're just there with your mouse just going, make a move, make something. And there's no kind of thought process whatsoever. It's just random hand moves.
Yeah, and Levon Aronian, he's been so calm, looking so kind of peaceful this whole tournament, but there he shook his head quite violently. He knows this has gone wrong, and it's all his own fault. I mean, the last few moves have been like a cold shower for him. He was the one trying to win. He had the opportunity to repeat the position, to be very safe in this game, but he gave up a pawn. He pressed for the win. He got his own strength, his own white pawns all blockaded now.
I agree with you, David.
It's just all gone wrong for Levon Aronian, and Teimour
David,
Radjabov, that black knight on a beautiful square. We will quite likely see a trade of rooks now in the middle. Levon Aronian, he's a pawn down, but he realizes there's nothing better to do but trade. It does look like it's getting desperate. Radjabov's so focused, he will not let this one slip. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah, he just has to control his excitement and carry on with the philosophy of giving Levon Aronian some choices. Just give him the opportunity to go wrong. don't necessarily need to do anything. I mean, you were the one that taught me that, David. One of the best things is just not to force the issue, just simply, okay, show your idea, show your strength.
And if your opponent has only 20 seconds on the clock, if they've got a bad position, often, if you just keep everything solid, they'll beat themselves. They'll just lose patience, they'll lose control, and then you pounce at the right moment. And Radjabov, it does look like he thinks this is the moment to pounce, judging by the way he was thinking there. He knows he can go for a trade of rooks with black on that open line in the middle. He has options as well. He could keep the rooks on the board. He could block that line up. He just needs to maintain a time advantage. He knows he's got the time. He knows he's got the advantage on the clock. He's on the board, sorry. And yeah, he has frozen slightly here, just taking a pause. But maybe he's working out the most direct way to try and win this game.
All right, well, exciting stuff also in the match for the third place, where Daniil Dubo started today with 2 wins, but Maxime Vachier-Lagroux has made a very impressive comeback, and he's won now the 2 last games. So they are tied before the final day in the match for the third place. All right, and we do have a new move in the final.
Yes, and we did see a set of rooks leave the board. So rooks have been traded, and black planting a knight in the middle there. Just such sensible, logical stuff. Knights are fantastic pieces in the middle of the board. Black's knight now attacks the white rook as well. Where will
the
white's rook run to? There aren't that many safe squares, actually. Levon Aronian went down to 3 seconds when he played that move. The white rook, that is depressing.
Take a move for Levon.
He would not have enjoyed playing.
No, I mean, it's on the same diagonal as the black bishop, so I would be looking at pushing a pawn.
Yeah, logical. But white's rook forced itself back to the corner, blocked off by its own pawn. And if we bring up the analysis board briefly, we can just see this bishop. Black's problem piece is this bishop. This bishop cannot move. So why not push a pawn forward, suddenly unleashing this bishop? He's done it. This bishop, I mentioned it earlier, as soon as it joins the game, black will win. So white tries to block this diagonal, block the bishop off. The white knight also giving check. I expect to see that piece just captured, just remove that piece from the board. Black edging closer to victory. Now he doesn't have to worry about this piece being dominated anymore.
Okay, wow. Now Teimour Radjabov is thinking he's still far up on the clock with his last move, the rook move.
Yes, so we did see the dark squared bishop, black's dark squared bishop, which was just completely just chained up for the whole game. It's finally been traded off. So
David
black has got rid of his problem child, his problem piece, and the black rook activating itself as well. The first time that rook has moved. Radjabov doing the right thing. He's a pawn up. He's using all of his pieces together. All of black's pieces are pretty much centralized now.
So that
Radjabov also centralizing the white bishop. Teimour Radjabov, he just needs to find a winning plan. I think it will come down to the fact that black has a 3 versus 1 advantage on that left side.
Thank you for commentating.
That being said, there are opposite coloured bishops on the board. White has a dark squared bishop, black has a light squared bishop. So if the knights disappear, if the rooks disappear, maybe that's white's best chance of saving the game. That's something that Levon has to hope for.
Yeah, I agree with you, David. He has to find a way. It's kind of, I have to say, it is a little slightly tricky kind of position, because there is no kind of clear plan, because there is a plan of pushing the far advanced pawn, but Radjabov hasn't prepared for that. He's put his rook against the white pawn in the center. And if he advances the king, then he's going to give Levon a free move, such as a check, a knight check, and that might be a little bit unpleasant. So I think this is why we see Radjabov just make a move, just move the knight, and again ask Levon Aronian, hey, what are you going to play next?
What are you going to do with 15 seconds left on the clock? And I know the computer there, we do see the evaluation bar. It does say +4 for black. That is a huge advantage, but it isn't so easy on the board. Black still needs to come up with a winning plan. Until you find that plan, it's not clear whether you will be able to break through or not. So I disagree with the computer that the advantage is that big, but it is with best play. If both players had 1 hour on the clock, then Radjabov, he would win this game. It's not easy to come up with a plan, though, with 1 minute left. And black's plan, Teimour Radjabov's plan, is to plant a knight in the middle of the board there, deep in the white camp. That's the second time he's done this. He did this 2 games ago as well. He put his knight deep in the enemy, deep in Aronian's position.
And Levon has only 5 seconds. Okay, he just made it with 6 seconds left. So he has, well, also recentered his knight. to attack the black bishop, and that is why Radjabov retreated the bishop. He's like, I'm not going to give
So,
black any
grabe.
easy moves
Paano?
whatsoever. And
So exciting,
well, Aronian is
viewers
just
of
making moves.
Yeah, so the White King
I
does step
just
forward,
heard
slightly
the
improving the king, but
commentators.
I think it's
Here
just
we
time
have
for Black to start
Jubanka,
improving his rook now. The black rook
we have David
can
Howell. I
enter an
forgot
open line.
the other commentator.
Okay, there we see it.
You see it there.
There
And again,
Four now. Four
Aronian playing
commentating for
quickly, trying to
the game.
recover
Shaking
the
his
lost.
head there a little bit, though.
We were
He's
all
not happy.
speaking at the same time.
I mean, normally he tries to keep that poker face. I've played him in losing when he's losing,
Yeah,
and he tries to
speak
keep
to
that
them.
poker face, but he knows now things are going against him. Black's last move, using his black knight and the black bishop to gang up on White's corner pawn there. The white pawn on the left, it is doomed. It's attacked twice, it's only defended once.
Yeah.
That pawn is soon going to disappear.
Very good
Also, Black's
analysis,
knight
David. Very
potentially
good.
threatening some forks, some knight jumps. Aronian down to 1 second there.
Oh, yes.
And
Howell,
shaking his
the
head
grand
again. He is not happy, Levon Aronian. It is now Teimour Radjabov in the move.
And
He's
it's-
leaned back.
And it's a sad sight to see that Levon, he's got nothing better to do than trade a set of rooks when actually, we've mentioned it before, you don't want to trade when you're down on pawns necessarily. And yeah, I think Radjabov, he'll welcome that rook trade. He'll just go after White's pawn at the corner there.
Yeah, you can see him doing it there. He has played a check. The king has retreated. And I think I'm going to see like knight takes bishop. And then I think...
Oh no. What happened? What happened? Let's go back. Okay. What happened a moment ago? Let's see. We have this one. And then this one, King C1. Takes the bishop. Okay. And then everything's falling.
That is a double attack, and chess
Okay.
is all about double attacks. Black's rook eyeing up two of White's pawns there. Aronian, he's got
The
nothing else
stream
to
of
do other than trying to
commentators
attack
is
one of the black
a
pawns.
some
But
error a while ago.
remember, Black's already one pawn up. All of White's remaining pawns are weak.
My
Another
commentator
one drops.
and being led by
Black's temporarily
David.
2 pawns up. He will be 2 pawns up in this game. And notice, now all of White's pawns are on light squares, on white squares. So there'll be easy meat, easy pickings for that for the black bishop.
You are
Black's bishop
indeed a
will
good
win all those remaining
David.
pawns. Levon Aronian,
Your
he's just
stuff.
making moves
You are
because he
really a
doesn't want to
grand.
resign yet. And okay, nobody's ever won a game by resigning, but he knows that there's nothing left to do in this game.
You can just see it on his body language.
Yes.
Levon Aronian is giving up very soon.
Yeah,
probably.
and he has resigned.
There we have it.
So Radjabov has won the first match.
Wow. Okay.
Okay,
Such
so
a tense
congratulations.
day. We had 3 draws, and then
Raja.
coming to the final game of the first final match, Teimour Radjabov is the winner of that, and that means he is.
Okay, so guys, viewers of Pinoy Chess, thank you for watching, and thank you for viewing the stream. Together with at the last moment, I was able to recruit 3 additional commentators led by Grandmaster David Howell and 2 other. Uh, I think the girl in blue is Jubanka. He's also a chess master, and I'm not familiar with the third commentator. But he's also, I think he's not a chess master, but he's a component added to the mix to provide uh, a lighter point of view into the commentating aspect of this game. So, uh, thank you for watching this stream by Pinoy Chess. And for those that have not yet subscribed, I invite you guys to subscribe to this channel and click on the notification bell button for you to be given updates on our upcoming videos. Bye bye.